What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're going back to Manowar. Yes, indeed, Manowar Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bibbidi-bop, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Adrian Bombarov, and it was also the winner of the Patreon request prioritization poll, winning with 43% of the vote, moving it from number 1009 in the queue straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. They all want to see me react to this. It is Manowar with a tune called Battle Hymn. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, yeah, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Okay, we had a little bit of a problem with this request. When Adrian requested this song, it was from a different video than what I have now. The reason for that is, I used the link that he provided for the request. I went to go download it and I couldn't. So I went to figure out why. Turns out it is a dead link due to copyright. So their copyright holders decided to pull the video and have it taken down. So unfortunately, I can't use the video that Adrian gave me. Now, Adrian in the past has given me live performances. So I went and found a live performance of the song and it looks like it should be okay. I was able to download it, so just letting you all know, this is not the original link that Adrian gave me. I can't use that link because it no longer exists. So I went with plan B here, so hopefully everything will be okay. Let's see, this video was posted by Isaac Silva, and the video has 9,100 views. Ooh, so close, but it's not gonna get you there, sorry. No, look, I'm sure the song is fine. I'm sure the video's fine. I'm sure everything's just fine, okay? I'm just saying 9,100 views, it's not going to get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Manowar. Yeah, that's a 0, I think. Manowar.
What the hell is that?
Battle Hymn. Sure, let's go with that. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
jump. Where's the drummer going? I just saw the drummer stand up and walk off stage left. Where is he going? Is he on a coffee break or something? I like it. I like it. I if I'm being honest, I think I like it better than the other Manowar song I heard. I think it was last month or 2 months ago. I think I like this one better. Number one, that 6/8, it just that triplet feel all the way through. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Man, I'm digging that. I'm really digging that 12/8. It's nice, man. The drumming is thunderous on this. Great accent work. That really, not so much his straight ahead feel. I mean, his straight ahead feel, it's definitely, I mean, the drums are prominent in the mix, absolutely, but there are just certain places like do 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 da do do do, and it's not the da, it's the do do do. It's the tom work and the kick work, man. Ooh, it's good. It punches you right in the chest. The guitar and bass combo, I like it. I do. It sounds good. They definitely complement each other well with their styles. You know, when the guitar is taking the lead, bass player strums and fills out the sound. I like that. It's a good trade-off. Vocally, I like the vocal approach on this song. It's not over the top. I mean, it's powerful. Yes. It's resonating. Yes. It's projecting. Yes. But it's not over the top. You know, it's not, how should I put this? It's not, the only way I could think of, guys, it's not hair metal-ish. It's not. It's not that. It's not that. It's got the power. It's got the projection. It has range. He's got range with it, absolutely. But the vocal performance as a whole, very fitting to the style of the song. It fits like a glove, but it doesn't go over the top. You know, it doesn't do the whole falsetto stuff that There are certain bands that get away with, like, I'm a huge King Diamond fan. Here we are. I'm a huge King Diamond fan and Merciful Fate fan. Now, does King Diamond go up at the falsetto a lot? Yeah, he does. A lot. Absolutely. But it's not so much that whole vibrato, you know, thing that a lot of hair metal bands do. He actually goes up and sings in the falsetto range, as opposed to just doing the whole what thing that just drives me up the wall. Anyway, no, the vocals on this sound great. I'm digging the vocals on this. I don't have a complaint. Not one. I like the chordal progression in the chorus. I mean, it's the old 1-6-3-7. It's that. Just it goes down to the 3 instead of up to the 3 from the root. So root down to the 6, down to the 3, up to the 7, back up to the root again. He takes the V pattern as opposed to the Z pattern. The Z pattern being 1, you're on the root, down to the 6, up to the 3, down to the 7, back to the root again. It's not that. It's down, down, up, up. So it makes a V instead of a Z. No, I like that. if it did do the Z pattern, let's say he did do the Z, or let's say they did the Z, and they went up to the 3 instead down to 3, would it have worked? I think it would have worked, but I think it's more powerful in this scenario. I think it definitely is more powerful going down to the 3 as opposed to up to the 3. So, no, that makes perfect sense. I like it. Yeah, seriously, I have no complaints. I know it's a rather long performance. It's, you know, what is it, 8 minutes? Something like that. I know it's long, but if it keeps going like this, I'm not really going to mind it. I'm going to be fine with it. So let's keep going and let's see how this goes. I'm really curious to know where the drummer went. What happened there? Oh, there he is.
Erika me dice, esta chica tienes la más fantástico cuerpo en el mundo y ella quiere mucho caliente sexo. ¿Es verdad? To the battle, we ride, we crossed a starlit sky. No space, no time.
I just noticed that frame's not very good. And there's that one. Bass player is playing an 8th string. And it sounds like he's playing the upper strings alone to give it like a guitar tone. That's really cool. Good on him, man. That's awesome. Quit that!
Strange losses. We crossed a starlit sky.
That's awful.
And still no space and time. We catch the Soy no puta todos los veces. Sí. I don't know what you said.
No idea what he said. Wait, there he goes again. Talking about the vocals not going over the top with the what? Remember how I was talking about that? Yeah. I hereby rescind that former comment. It's going over the top now. Does it need to? I don't think so, but look, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. Well, he was doing fine when he was doing it before. It was working just fine. Shoot. I'm sure people are going to be wondering to themselves, because in the past I've been very critical about band members sitting down on stage during a performance. I'm sure people are really curious to know how I'm going to lambaste these guys and hang them out to dry when it came to, you know, the whole sitting down thing. I'm not going to talk about that right now. I'm going to save that for the review. Oh, trust me, I'm going to say something about it. Instrumentally, I still got no issue with anything I'm happening here. Guitar work, drumming, bass playing, all sounds just fine. No issues with anything I'm hearing instrumentally. Vocally, though, yeah, it's taking a turn. It's absolutely taking a turn. Let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. I guess we're going into the next song. You know, sustain, and into the next song, I'm supposing. That's the only thing I can think of. Just for it to end and just cut off right there. Okay. I'm not going to say a lot right now. I'm just going to say this one thing. I know things may not look good right now. For those people who are thinking, oh, this is not going to be a good review, you're looking too deep into it. It's not as bad as you think it's going to be. I promise you. And that's all I'm going to say. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Manowar with Battle Hymn. And this was a request from Adrian Bombarov. And it was also the winner of the Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 43% of the vote. Moving up for number 1009 in the queue, straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. Okay. I am sure that there were people by the end of the reaction, it ended, and I'm sure there were people going, oh, he's going to tear this to shreds. Oh, he didn't like this. I
got a bad feeling about this.
Folks, let me put your minds at ease, okay? It's not as bad as you might think. Let's start with the score, and I think that's going to pretty much let everybody take a big sigh of relief. On a scale of 1 to 10, yeah, pump your brakes, folks, seriously. I'm going to give that a 7.6. Yeah, 7.6. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, 7.6. What does that mean? Well, a 7.6 would translate to a really good skill rating. So overall, I think this was a really good presentation. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. So there you go. A 7.6, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay, I know a lot of people were under the impression I didn't like this, or I had issues with it. Folks, honestly, there was only one issue I had, and it's not what you think. I'm gonna start with the songwriting. Simple, yeah, nothing all that complex about it, but as I've always said on the channel, simply can be effective when it's done properly. This was absolutely done properly. Utilizing the old root 6-3-7 pattern, but not doing it in your typical Z where you go from the root down to the 6, up to the 3, down to the 7, back to the root. It wasn't a Z, it was the V. So they went down, root, down to the 6, down to the 3, up to the 7, back up to the root again. Made the V instead of the Z. Made it sound heavier, made it sound more grandiose, I guess is a good way to put it. It definitely was more effective, and I'm glad they took that route. I'm really thrilled because I was thinking to myself, what if they had gone and done the Z pattern up to the 3? I think it would have worked, but not nearly as effectively. The chorus, the dun 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 down, dun dun down, 6, 3, 7, 4, bum 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 bum, and then repeat again with that triplet, jun jun jun. You feel it at the beginning. I like it, especially with the heavy accent on the 4th one. Dun 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 dun, with that little bit of a sustain, making that note a little more legato. Very effective as well. Guitar tone sounded just fine. Got no issue with anything the guitar player did at all. I think the guitar player sounded just fine. Nothing mind-blowing, but solid across the board. Bass player, didn't notice the 8th string until they were doing the whole sitting down thing, which, trust me, we're getting to. We're gonna get to it, I promise. Didn't really notice he was playing an 8th string until that happened, and I saw the light reflecting on the tuning pegs. I'm like, wait a minute, there's 4 on one side. Is he playing an 8? Sure enough, he is. And utilizing the 8 to play like a guitar player. You don't see too many bass players do that. They usually just utilize both strings. They'll hit both of the E strings at the same time and get that, that octave separation and give it a nice fuller tone. They don't actually just focus on just playing the one string out of the 2 matching. And that's interesting. I like the approach that he took, giving it for lack of a better word, a second guitar, because it was in the same range. I like it. I like what he did. It was creative, and it was well done and well executed. The drumming on this, thunderous. Loved it. I think in all honesty, I hate to say it, I think the drumming was my favorite part about the song. Playing the straight feel he was playing and establishing that 12/8 feel like he did, along with the guitar and bass, all working in unison to make that happen. But establishing that 12/8 feel, giving it kind of without giving it a shuffle feel. I mean, it wasn't doom da doom da. It was doom da doom da. I mean, it was a straight ahead, but fitting within that triplet feel. It felt really nice. I didn't feel like he was swinging at all, which was nice. Sometimes drummers will fall into that trap, especially with a song like this, where you want to have that 3 feel established, you want to have that triplet feel established, but without turning it into a swing song or a shuffle song. That's not what the song is about. So I think the drummer did a fine job. Love the accent work that he did, the floor toms in particular, with just all the tom work in general. I love skin work. He did utilize cymbals, obviously, but the cymbals weren't the star of the show. The skins were, and I always am a big fan of that. Vocally, okay. This is where I had my issue. The first half of the song, up until we got to the first pause, I had no issue with anything the vocalist was doing. The vocalist sounded strong, projected, good range, good notation, good vowel formation, good diction, great support. I mean, I had no issue with anything at all that the vocalist was doing. They got to the breakdown section. Still, no issues, no problem. Coming out of there, I had just made the comment of, everything he's singing is fitting, but it's not going over the top. I just finished saying that, and then he comes along and does exactly what I was talking about he wasn't doing. And here it comes. Wah! And I'm like, no! God dang it. Look, you just contradicted everything I just complimented you on. Why would you do that to me? I get it. The style of the song, I guess sort of calls for it, I suppose, but I was it needed? Was it necessary? Could he have just continued doing what he was doing at the beginning with the notational singing, you know, within a comfortable range for him? I think he could have. I think it would have been just fine. It went over the top. I get it. You're in the second half of the song and you're starting to wrap things up. If there's any time that you're gonna belt this out, this is the place, you know? I get it. I'm not a fan of it, but I get it. It does work. It's just, it's so cliche. Anyway, it's fun, I suppose, in the grand scheme of things. And looking at the song objectively, it does, I suppose, make sense. But, personally, not a fan. And that, I'm sure right now, is leaving people scratching their head going, wait a minute, you said there was only one thing that really bothered you. That was it? What about the sitting down? You've always been so critical of bands sitting down. You're absolutely right. I have been very critical of band members sitting down on stage in the middle of a song for absolutely no reason. There is the key point. Absolutely no reason. There was a reaction I did to a Radiohead performance where the guitar player decided to sit down on the stage for like a minute and a half to 2 minutes, and he just sat there looking bored while everybody else in the band was playing. Was there any reason for him to sit? No, not really. Is he tired? Too bad. You know, I'm sorry, but if you're too tired to be able to stand up during the course of your show, then you shouldn't be playing on stage. If you want to sit down, leave the stage. You didn't play for a whole 2 minutes anyway. Leave the stage. Go off stage and sit down and take a breath, get some water, towel off, and when you're ready to play again, when you're going to come back in again, you know, then come back on stage, get back up on your riser and play. But the fact that he just sat down on the edge of the riser and did absolutely nothing, more of a distraction than anything else, then that it served absolutely no purpose in a positive manner within the context of the performance. And there's the big difference between that and what we saw in this. We had the part, you felt it, you saw the drummer run around, you know, you saw him stand up and leave, and where is he going? And everybody came together as a unit, sat down on the drum riser, all together in unison as a collective, and proceeded to go into this breakdown section, very ballad-esque in feel, where everybody was participating, everybody was doing it, and by doing that, by sitting down, added to the effectiveness of the dynamics, both from a visual and audio standpoint. There was reason, there was purpose, and more importantly, there was uniformity. Everybody participated, except the guitar player who was, I believe, playing a piano at that point. He had to stand because the piano was on a stand, so he didn't have a choice. Somebody had to do it, and he did. I got no issue with that. I got no problem with that. As a matter of fact, that kind of adds to the showmanship, if you ask me. Now, what was said by the bass player to the drummer to the vocalist and vice versa, I have no idea. They weren't speaking English, so I don't understand what they were saying. I'm sure there was a reason for it. I'm sure there was purpose behind it. Maybe it was a joke. I don't know. Couldn't help but chuckle at the old shirt there. You know, a little more aggressive take of the I'm with stupid shirt with the arrow pointing off to the side. You know, a little different approach, maybe a little more aggressive approach, but you know, a little more modern thinking approach, but still funny nonetheless. I do have a question. Who was the lady that was on stage? Who was that? One of the girlfriends or something? I'm a little curious about that. Why would you bring her out? I don't know. She's not a member of the band. Was she a fan? Maybe a random fan they pulled up on stage to sit with them, or from the side? I don't know. I don't know the circumstances behind that. Yeah, I mean, she didn't add, but she didn't detract, so she was kind of a non-factor, I guess, but it was still a little weird. But overall, though, I had no issue with it. None, because like I said, it served a purpose, and it was done in unison. Everybody united did it together, except the guitar player who had to stand and play the piano. I got no problem with that whatsoever. I dug the song. I know I'm giving this a 7.6. Now, I don't remember the last Manowar song I did. I don't remember the score I gave it. I will say this though, regardless of score, on a personal level, I enjoyed this song more. I felt more into this song. I think it was because of that 12/8 feel, that groove just really felt nice. But I know I enjoyed this song more. I know I did. I don't know if the score reflects that, but it definitely, for me personally, yeah, I dug this song more. This is between the, I'm not saying this is my favorite song of all time, but when it comes to Manowar songs that I've heard, between the two I've heard so far on the channel, this is my favorite between the two, without question. We'll see if anything from Manowar comes along that might dethrone it. I don't know, but we'll see. But in any case, a 7.6. I feel good with that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We got a 7.6, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.